a light in the silence in a forgotten corner of an ancient city, where time had worn the stones and silence echoed louder than words. A young woman named Maria knelt on the cold floor of a crumbling temple. Her long, wavy brown hair fell like a curtain around her face, as sobs racked her fragile frame. The white cloth she clutched to her chest trembled in her hands, stained slightly with dust yet sacred in its simplicity. Maria had come here every morning for the past 3 days. This temple was not grand. Its walls were broken, and vines crept through cracks where sunlight once poured in fully. But to Maria, it was sacred ground, the last place she had spoken to her brother before he vanished into the chaos of the empire's wrath. Her brother, Elias, was no soldier or rebel. He was a healer, a kind man with a quiet voice who gave more than he had and believed, stubbornly, in peace. When the soldiers came to the village accusing him of aiding fugitives, they took him without explanation. No trial, no last words. That was 3 days ago. Maria had searched the hills, the prisons, the markets, and even the shadowed roads at night. No one spoke. Fear had tied their tongues. Even the brave old women who once whispered truth now shook their heads and turned away. And so, on the 3rd morning, Maria returned to the place of their last prayer, the place where Elias had pressed the cloth, his prayer cloth, into her hands before being dragged away. Now, that white fabric was all she had. The wind stirred softly. A pale beam of light broke through the cracked ceiling above her, resting gently on her shoulders. She didn't move. Her tears dripped onto the cloth, darkening it. Her voice was gone. Only her breath remained short, choked, but stubbornly present. "Why, God?" she asked in silence. "Why take the gentle ones first? Why let the world crush those who tried to heal it?" The silence didn't answer, but the light did. It brightened, warming her skin, wrapping her like a soft blanket in a cool stone chamber. It was not fire, not heat, it was presence. Wordless, yet not empty. In that moment, Maria raised her face toward the light. Her eyes, red with grief, met the glow without flinching. Somewhere between the tears, a stillness found her. Her sobs softened, her shoulders loosened. The cloth remained clutched in her hands, but now she held it, not in despair, but in memory. She remembered Elias' words on their last day. "Even if they silence me, they cannot silence love. So long as you keep praying, I am not gone." And suddenly, the silence of the temple felt different, not hollow, but full. Not the silence of absence, but of listening. Maria rose slowly. Her knees ached, and her tunic was stained, but she stood tall. She folded the cloth with care and tucked it close to her heart. The light still surrounded her, a quiet halo that followed as she stepped into the morning air. She didn't know what tomorrow held. Maybe Elias was still alive, maybe not. But now, she carried something stronger than fear. She carried his light, and she would not let the silence bury it. Not today, not ever.